What's going on? There's a fucking Snapple in my camera. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm hoping this is kind of a cool / informative video for you all. Today, we're gonna just be demonstrating, not reviewing, but demonstrating 2 electric transfer fuel pumps. Now, I'm sure they are both similar in the fact that it says that they do gas and water, but you know, we'll go over what the boxes say real quick. I have taken these out of the box. I have not used them yet, so everything is going to be pure and original, but I did take them out so that I could put the 2D batteries into each one of these items. Like all my videos, this isn't going to be some in-depth scientific thing. Basically, what I have planned for here is to just show you each item, tell you what I think about the quality of it, show you the box, and then we're going to do a little demonstration of each one. The only way I could think about doing a demonstration on each one is I went and got 5 gallons of 93 gas, and we're going to transfer however much to this other VP Racing 5-gallon jug. So we'll be able to see how things maneuver, how quick it's sucking, how, you know, this one is a little bit different because it's got a handle that you can depress. This one, it's just on and off. So we're going to see how we like each one. I have a concern about this one more than this one, but I like this one more because it's longer, but we'll talk about that. To start off, some of you are gonna say, well, what do you need this for? So one of the things with this new build is I'm gonna be running fuel more often, not all the time. Daily driving is gonna be on pump gas, but there is gonna be Ignite Red. I haven't decided whether or not I wanna store a 55-gallon drum here or at my office, and if I do store it at my office, what I would end up doing is filling up my 4 5-gallon jugs from VP, possibly getting one more to have a 5th. So I would have 25 gallons of race fuel on tap here at any time, which, as some of you know, with Ignite, that is not a whole lot. So I mean, you're talking about a day's worth of usage, basically, if you're going decently hard, but that's enough for me because I only plan on running it on days where we're actually racing the car or weekends and I just want to have fun or testing the dyno, whatever the case may be, but that's for other videos. That's why I need it. So let's go over this. This is the one I'm most interested in, so we're going to start with this box. These are both by TerraPump. Now, this was the most exciting part about this. Now, everything is plastic. It doesn't feel super bad, but again, it is plastic. So I have a buddy that has like a pump coming out of the actual 55-gallon. I don't know, we're gonna see what happens, but it's just as another option to test. So here's a description on box number 1. Just says 2D batteries, blah blah blah. Now there's the dimensions. If you want to stop, you can pause. There's some cautions here, you know, about not running dry, blah, blah, blah. Stop and rest after 3 minutes of continuous use to prevent overheating. So all of these things are good to know. Now, as you can see, there's a simple switch, batteries, it's a nozzle. So there's not a whole lot of things about this. Obviously, my drum is a little bit larger than that, but you got gasoline, diesel, kerosene, water, and light oils can be transferred with this. Now for this other one, it's battery powered. It does not have the handle. So this one just has a little nozzle that can clip in to wherever it's actually filling up. Doesn't give us much of anything. On this side, it just says it's got an auto stop sensor, which I will show you. Garage, bathroom, basement, shop, yard, blah, blah, blah. So this is a little bit more of this. Original liquid transfer pump, and it's made in Korea, so shout out to Korea. That's a simple power switch, battery loader, and it's got an impeller, not a propeller. But just like the other box, here's the stuff. 2D batteries. Again, it tells you all these things here, and it's probably the same exact instructions. I call them destructions. I did put batteries in. Now for the first one, the batteries, there's a push up here, okay, and yes, I use Amazon basic batteries. So that goes here, and it's hard to do this with one hand, but basically that just locks in. And on top there's just a switch where it says on and off. Again, you don't want to run it dry. like I just did for 1 second because it says not to. Same thing with this thing, except I'm not going to be able to show you, but this does twist off right here, and the batteries are inside this handle. And again, just like on the other one, there is a on-off button, but again, we don't want to do it for more than that because we were told not to, and it might just explode. Who knows? So one thing that's completely apparent right off the bat is the pump with the actual nozzle. What is this? Get out of here. The pump with the actual nozzle is longer, which I like that more. So that's a good point right off the bat. And another thing, the hose is longer. If we look at both boxes at the same time, the top box says suction tube 14.5 inches. The bottom one, which is the larger one with the nozzle, 17.6 inches. And flow rate 2.4 gallons versus 9 liters. I don't know why they would change that, but it is what it is. Total length, yeah, so I guess there's a solid inch difference, and then there's, you know, like 3 inches difference on the actual hose. So that stuff's gonna matter. It does make a difference as far as how it functions. Who knows? But what we're gonna show you is I'm gonna put, where am I gonna do this? Alright, I have an idea. Let me set this up. Okay, so as far as a test goes, the best way I could set it up, this is going to be the jug that has the 5 gallons of 93. This is going to be our receiving jug. Now, funny story, that smells fine. When I open up the lid, whew, forgot there was Q16 that was in that at one point. Nothing's in there now, but damn, that smell. I love it, but it gets you. It's fun. So we're going to start with the smaller model first, then we're going to go to the nozzle. Real quick so you can actually tell, remember I said that this one does have an auto stop, auto fill feature. There is a wire that goes in, and what it does is it goes, I guess, to some kind of circuit board right on the edge with a sensor, I'm assuming. So we're going to start with the purple monster. Now this is shorter, but the fuel is up to about here, as you can see. So we're going to be well within our reach. I'm going to dip this in. It's in there, right? And what we're going to do is just hook that up like that, okay? So I'm going to hit the switch on top, and we're going to just see what happens. There goes some fuel. So it is coming out. It's definitely pouring at a pretty good rate, as far as I would say. I like that there's a clip on that. Okay, doesn't really make much noise. Let's turn it off. As you can see, it still goes through. And it stops. Definitely starting to stink in here, so I don't recommend doing this with the garage door closed unless you are trying to catch a buzz of sorts. But this feels pretty good. Now, as far as scientific approaches go, how fast it transfers, how many gallons per minute, there's none of that stuff. I trust the fact that the manufacturer's claims are probably going to be very close, if not spot on. Again, here's the top part of it. Now, anybody that's wanting to do stuff like this, it's cool. You know, you hit it, turns the pump on, immediately, it just starts pumping. As you can see, it's going pretty good. So, I'm gonna turn it off. Watch, look at that. That's so cool. How it just, it's so cool. Seeing the clear tube, that's another cool part about this one, because you're gonna hit it and you're gonna see it. You're watching it go in. Very, very cool. Let's switch to the other one. Let's see what we think about that. I have one concern, and I'll talk about it once it's set up. We'll see how it works. I'm hoping it works good because I'm excited about the other one. Just for sake of showing, it did get pretty decent up here. Maybe a gallon might have went. I don't know. We're putting the big boy in. It is now in. And what I want to do what I want to check, most important to me, as I said, I had a concern. Now, when you turn this pump on, so when I hit the switch, my concern is because this has a pull handle. Now, what happens is, I'm just confused because I'm going to be pulling the fluid. So what happens if I'm not pulling it? Does it just continue to suck up, or does it stop sucking up? So we're going to have to find out. Does it just burst out, or does it not? So I'm going to turn this bad boy on. Okay, let me see if I can get a better view here. And we're going to see what happens. We're on. Alright, so it's definitely sucking fluid. I don't want to hit the trigger yet, and I want to see what happens. Nothing. So now I'm squeezing it, and there's gas coming out. I'm going to let go. It doesn't stop immediately. Let's zoom in here. This is what I'm most interested about. So let's time it immediately when I hit it. It's coming out, and I'm gonna let go. So it doesn't stop right away, but it does stop quick. Now I'm just barely squeezing it, so I can kind of throttle it all the way to full stream. So there is levels. As you can see here, we're gonna let go a little bit. I want to start slowing it down a little bit. Slowing it down, and then letting go. So there's a few second delay, but the interesting thing is the pump is running. It's in there running. Now, like I said, I don't feel comfortable with it running and me not turning the handle. So I guess, you know, there's gonna be a time where I turn it on, turn it off. I think if it's running for a few seconds, whew, I gotta open the garage door. Holy shit, I'm gonna die in here. I'm convinced I was just gonna die. I was just gonna pass away. We got some ungodly fumes up in this bitch, but it's okay. I do it for you guys, because I think these are cool. Now that I'm seeing how this works, I really do like this one more. I like the other one because of the clear handle, but I really like this one because you can hold it, and thank God that's got a stop feature and it's not spewing gasoline. It feels like there's a feature here with this hook for me to hold it, and I've got a good grip and I can modulate the switch easily. The fact that this has a handle is an extra plus. The fact that this handle has another little hook, that's an extra super duty plus, because I could store it instead of it laying on the ground. Again, the other one does have a little clip, but you know, it is what it is. They're both different in different ways. So again, just because I like this one, I'm gonna turn it back on one more time. So we're gonna push this pump on. Okay, it's pumping, and we're just gonna see. That is so freaking cool. We shut it off. It's really not a big delay. It's not a big delay. So if you're considering getting this one, my thing is, I'm just hoping the parts, again, see, we shut it off. As long as it's not running for too long. What I will be doing, because there is a handle, I will be taking this out and running it for a split second to make sure that there's no extra gasoline, to make sure it's empty. And when you're storing these, I will follow the rules and take the D batteries out. So I don't know if that's to prevent something, or even maybe to prevent extra battery drainage. Who knows? Batteries aren't that cheap, so it's something to look into. But for you guys out there looking for an option where you might have smaller jugs and you don't want to have to tilt them over and do it by hand, this is a good option. But for this video, that's the conclusion, my friends. There's no hit or miss here. You can get the $20 pump without the nozzle. That's over there chilling like a little skinny guy. You can get that one and it's awesome. You can get this one and it's awesome. I will put links below in the description for either one. Personally, you know I like the bells and whistles of shit, so this one is the one that I will probably use the most because the handle, being able to modulate stopping and starting one-handed, I was able to easily do that. I think it's pretty cool. I might get a dedicated attachment to the 55-gallon drum, as I said, but we'll see. I gotta find a place to store that. I only feel comfortable having, you know, 20-25 gallons in these containers at any time in my house. So we'll see what happens, but this was a cool little test. I had fun. I probably got a little bit high. Awesome. That's whatever, but I'm gonna let this place air out. We're gonna clean up. Thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate you all sticking with me. I do appreciate the fact that the page still is growing, although it is growing very slowly. I understand I haven't posted much. I do plan on posting a lot. I have a lot of videos lined up. I just need the car back, and I also need spring and summer to come back because this cold stuff, it's got to go. Please subscribe if you have not already. Please check that little bell notification, get some alerts, watch my videos, share it with your friends and family. Every little bit helps. I appreciate every view. I appreciate every like. I appreciate every comment. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.